This show is brought to you by Quibids. Looking for an incredible way to save big this holiday season on Apple AirPods, Samsung HD TVs, Keurig coffee makers, gift cards, and so much more? Then check out Quibids.com, a revolutionary online auction site where you can save up to 95% off on your favorite smart devices, electronics, kitchen appliances, and more. So stop paying retail today. That's QUIBIDS.com. Visit Quibids now.
I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearch.Coaching and welcome to No BS Job Search Advice Radio. You know, there's a lot of BS in the job search process. I try to take the BS out of it. And on this show, here's one of those BS questions that gets asked regularly, and I don't want you messing up with it. I don't want you screwing up. So listen to the show, practice your answers. It's not just enough to hear it and think about it. You have to practice answers to your questions. So hope you find it helpful. I hope you go over to iTunes and give the show 5 stars there. I've got a link in the show notes to make it easy for you. And with that, let's get rolling. And I want to talk with you about one of those tough interview questions. And this one actually is a tricky one. So I want to spend a little time answering it. And the question is, what kind of person would you refuse to work with? Now, I know if I were asked that question, there are certain personalities types that come to mind based upon certain people I've worked with in the past. But you can't really initially talk that way. You can come to that later on, but initially you have to say, you know, I'm not the CEO of this firm. Yet, you know, I want you to understand that I believe that the firm hires people to the best of their abilities. Now, are there certain types of people I have more difficulty working with? Absolutely. 2 types come to mind right away. Know-it-alls and liars. They're really hard for me to work with because, you know, know-it-alls talk down to me, in a very patronizing way. Liars, well, I don't have to explain myself there. But at the same time, I have to trust that this organization is doing its best to staff. So if I ran into difficulties with people like this, I would simply say I'd go to try and create situations where we could air our differences and have someone adjudicate it. So in this way, you know, my difficulty or their difficulty doesn't become damaging to the work at hand or the project at hand. That there's someone there who can manage it if we just can't get along. Now, I'm not an argumentative sort, but, you know, like I said, I have trouble with liars. I have trouble with know-it-alls. I think many people do. And that's probably how I'd handle it. But at the same time, I trust that the firm is hiring people to the best of its ability. I'll work with anyone. So that's the way I'd answer it. You know, starting up by acknowledging that you'll work with anyone, but that there are 2 personality types that you'd struggle with, and you'd look for an intervention if it became so difficult to work with this person that you needed help. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, again, please give the show 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher. It helps other people discover the show. It helps with rankings. And I also want to remind you, come join me at JobSearch.Coaching.com. That's my site with the best of my information curated, plus the ability to ask me questions so that you don't make dumb mistakes in your job search that prove so costly. Now, I'll be back tomorrow with more. Hope you have a great day. Take care.
This episode is sponsored by Schwans.com. What are you having for dinner tonight? Good question. Schwann's Home Delivery has a solution for you. Stock up your freezer with high-quality frozen foods like premium meats and sides, delicious ready-made meals, ice cream, and more. No subscriptions, no memberships, just a friendly yellow truck that's been delivering food for almost 70 years. Listeners of this show get a special deal. Get 20% off your first order with code YUM20. Check out schwans.com/YUM for details.